Hello and welcome to our product launch of our new product manubes. My name is Sören. I'm CEO of inray. I'm here with my colleague Mike. He's also CEO at inray. We want to show you today our new product manubes, the platform for product data management. First, I want to say some words about inray. For those who don't know us, inray is doing production data acquiring, transferring, storing since over 25 years. One of our big jobs is Industry 4.0 data transferring. We connect systems with other systems and machines and PLCs to transfer data to the system that needs the data at the right time to the right machine, to the right system. So the Industry 4.0 data communication is realized and raises all the potential in the production. And another big job of inray all the time was the transparency in production. So the data that we store, that we acquire and store, is not only stored into database, but is also shown to different persons in the production. So we have a lot of persons which get access to the right data of the production so they can see what's going on in the production, see if there are problems or if there is potential for optimization. This is the transparency in production. And exactly at this point, our new product manubes comes into play, because manubes realizes this transparency in production in a new way. Manubes will be a cloud platform, so we are not having the access only in the factory, but everywhere in the world. So everybody can at every time get easily access to production data, and so is able to know what's going on in production. So yeah, this is our new product manubes. We will go deeper in this in a few minutes, but first of all, I want to ask Mike to say some words about manubes and the idea of manubes.
Yes, thank you, Sören. Thank you for the overview. And first of all, my name is Mike. I'm CEO from inray, like Sören, and I would like to show you what is manubes. Manubes is a cloud platform. You have a page designer. There you can create your own visualizations. You have a data model designer. There you can save all your data. And you have a powerful workflow engine. There you can do the transfers from system A to system B. And it's a cloud solution. You can go to the browser, you can log in, and you can start. And that's amazing for me. Every time I open my browser and I can start. And that's very, very good. And I'm very happy to share this thought. Another topic, it's a cloud solution. So we have a great security concept. We work with external companies to create a secure solution for our customers. And our focus are citizen developers. Citizen developers are project engineers or process engineers or whatever, which person is in the industry who can make the process better, is the right person for manubes. You did not, or you must not program or so on. You have with manubes, you have a no-code platform to create your own solution. So that's my overview.
Thank you for the overview. Yeah, as Mike mentioned, manubes as a cloud platform, it's a great playground for citizen developers, for the persons who have the knowledge about the production, but also are able to work with such a platform because it's easy. So everybody who's able to bring his ideas into this platform can act as a citizen developer and work on the task to make the production, your production, transparent, to show everybody who needs the information what's going on in production. Yes, That's manubes, and now we want to have a deeper look into manubes, and so we're happy to have Hauke here. Hauke is our team lead of the product manubes, and he will now show us all the designers and the possibilities you have in manubes. So, Hauke, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Sören. I'm very happy to do that. But first, hello to all our viewers. My name is Hauke Marquardt, and I'm the team lead of our new product manubes. We work very hard on manubes, so I'm even more excited now to be able to show it to you. The first thing I want to show you is what manubes actually is and what it consists of. As said earlier, manubes is hosted by us in the cloud. So manubes is accessible from everywhere at any time. This is shown on the left side of the dashed line in this picture. But furthermore, manubes offers the possibility to connect your production data from your local network to the cloud. This is shown on the right side in this picture. Inside manubes, you get the page designer. The page designer is used to build your own pages for data visualization and interaction. The data model designer is used to create and edit your data models inside the cloud. And the workflow designer is used to create workflows. Workflows can be triggered by any event like user interaction, when a user presses a button, or by data changes, for example, when the data points in your OPC UA server change. You can use application to bundle your workflows, data models, and pages and versionize them. Those applications can then be used inside stages. Stages offer the possibility to develop your application without interrupting your productive environment. For example, you can have a production stage where your application is running in a productive environment, and you can have another stage for development. You can work on your application in your development stage without interrupting your productive environment. On the right side, we can see edge nodes and edge clusters. Edge nodes are a little piece of software that you can install on any Windows machine or even run inside a Docker container. Edge nodes are grouped into edge clusters, and edge clusters provide redundancy and load balancing. So if for any reason one edge node gets offline, the other nodes will take over without any interruption. You can add edge connectors to edge clusters. Edge connectors are the physical connection to your resources in your local network, for example, your OPC UA server or your databases. So enough for the theory. Let's get into manubes in action. At first, I have to log into my manubes environment. I just use my Microsoft account for this, so it's just one click and I'm logged in. I get immediately redirected to my landing page, which in this case is a page that is part of our manubes demo application. Every customer received this to get examples for an easy and quick start for the use of manubes. Here's some examples for some static content like text and pictures. And then there's an example for our manubes data grid. In the data grid, a simple order management is simulated. For example, I can select and start an order. When I click the start button, a workflow is triggered and then starts the processing simulation of the selected order. We can see live that in the data grid that the status has changed and the progress is increasing. The next example is about the real-time capabilities of manubes. There are 3 gauge controls, one for temperature, fill level, and rotation speed. Those 3 gauges are connected to an OPC UA edge connector and show the data points of that server in real time. Those 3 data points are also recorded using our time series feature. Here's an example of our time series chart, which shows the last 15 minutes of those data points. I can also change the time span if I wanted to see the last hour, for example. Now let's get into the page designer. On the top of manubes are two buttons, one for the runtime view and one for the edit view. If I click the edit view, I get into the page designer. Here I can see the structure and the used components of this page. So for example, if I wanted to change the order of those text elements here, I can just take the text element and drag it on the page. The blue indicator shows where the text element can be placed. And if I drop it there, it looks exactly like here. Of course, those changes are not applied immediately to the runtime view. I first have to publish my changes using this publish button. Now we can see that my changes are applied to the runtime view of this page. The next thing I want to show you are the data models. Here's an example data model from our demo application. Here are three entities in this data model: one order, a product, and a status. We can see that there are relations between them. So one order has exactly one status and one product assigned to it. We can even look into the data of this entity here. And if I wanted, I could even change the values here. The design view of this data model looks like this. Here are the entities shown and the fields of them. So a product has a name and an image. If I wanted to add a description to my product, I can just click on the plus button and add a field, give it a name like description, and select the type, text, for my description. Of course, this change is not applied to the runtime. I would have to publish those first. Now let's get to the workflows. In our demo application are 4 workflows included. Just select the create order workflow. Here we can see that this workflow is triggered by user interaction with the GUI trigger. Then there is a check if the user entered a quantity that is greater than 0. And if that's the case, the workflow execution continues. Then this block reads the latest order number from the data model. Then this block is used to increase that order number by 1. And then the last block is used to insert a new order into the data model. On the bottom, we can see the last executions of this workflow. So if I select it, we can see that this execution went this way. So the user entered a number that was greater than 0. And the green indicator shows that every block was executed correctly. In the workflow designer, there are different triggers available. The triggers start the execution of the workflow. Then there are some activities available. The activities do the operations of the workflow. And then there are some blocks available for the flow control, like, for example, like here, the condition or even loops. And then there's a notes block available. This is used for documentation, like in this example. If I want to add an activity to the workflow, I just select it and drag it onto the canvas, and then I connect it with an arrow. So now we get to the last navigation point in the sidebar, which is the administration. Because I'm logged in as an administrator, I can access this. The most interesting part in the administration are the edge connectors, I think. Here we can see a list of all configured edge connectors. I can edit them or even add some new edge connectors. I can do a connection test on this
OPC edge connector by clicking this button. Then I can see if the edge connector is reachable and is correctly configured. So in this case, everything is green, everything is reachable and available. Okay, this brings me to the end of my short presentation. I hope I was able to give you a good insight into how quick and easy manubes is to use. You're welcome to register your own account and see it for yourself. So back to you, Mike and Sören.
Thank you, Hauke. This was an amazing overview. I think everybody could see how easy manubes is, how clear manubes is, how easy the designers are are able to use, and how easy it is to get in a few steps your production data into views, into workflows that control your workflows between people, but also between machines and all this stuff, to store data in clear databases, and all this in a cloud platform. You don't need any installations in your factory. You have it all hosted in the cloud, and all you need is a login, and there you have the whole platform for access through your citizen developers or through you, and of course for the people who just want to look onto the production data, who are gaining from this transparency. So, yeah, as we said, till now we had a so-called pre-access phase. So we did some testing with some customers, and we had a lot of good experiences. And now in a few hours, we will share the exact time in the show notes. We will give you all the access to manubes through an open login. And on our side, we have our pre-sales team, which is happy to help you. So, Mike, how is it? The pre-sales team is waiting for requests.
Yeah, we are very happy to help you. We had a great solution. All of us tested manubes, and we are very happy. The pre-access phase are very, very good, and we got good feedback, and we are happy to start with you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so what you have to do is to go to the manubes website, manubes.com. On the right corner, you will find the registration button. Register there, and then you get the login data for your personal manubes tenant, where you can play and try all the designers and bring your production data in new views to your colleagues who need data. So feel free to try it, and hopefully we'll see soon again. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.